Summer and welcome to a new video on my channel Solopo. In this video I'll be discussing my Whateverathon TBR. So let's get on with it. Whateverathon is a readathon during June, hosted by the amazing Maddie over on Books Browsing blog. I'll leave her announcement video down below. And I'm on the team TBR Travelers, where because that did fit my TBR the best for this month, and it is a bingo TBR, so you try to hit the bingos, and you can double up on you can do 3 prompts with 1 book, and so you can fill out the bingos, and there are also some non-reading prompts, and I'll talk you through it. Trying to film with my camera, because I found out that I can actually film with my camera, but it's still a bit questionable how it's all going to turn out, and I'll see that in the editing. But I just wanted to let you know that this is also another camera from like the last video, so I'm trying a bunch of things out to see what works best. And onto my TBR. I have a pretty hefty stack this month with a lot of rereads actually, because it's my birthday in June and it's Pride month as well, so I'm trying to read a lot of LGBTQ+ books as well, because I have my birthday party theme is queer stories. I try to reread and read a few queer stories in preparation of that theme. So to start out with the first book I'm trying to read, which is Confettiregen by Splinter Chabot. I met this author, I think, was it last Pride month? At least last year, at my local library, local bookstore, and I got the book signed, but I still have not read it. And this book is a literary fiction with 2 queer characters. It's like a bit autobiographical. Well, he put a lot of his own story into it, because this is like the picture of the actual author. It will count for GPS in the cover, because we have a G here, a P there, and there an S. A TBR veteran, because I've been meaning to read it for the whole year and I still haven't. I mean, I have a lot of older books than that, but it still feels like a TBR vet because it's signed and not read yet. And a 1-word title, because Confettiregen is just 1 word. And I'm very excited, and I'm probably going to start out reading this one. I'm filming this on the 2nd of June. I did finish 1 carryover from May yesterday, but I will not put it in this video, and I'll just show it in my June wrap up, if you get to that. Then, a carryover from last month, Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. I meant to read this last month and I didn't get to it, so this is why I have a few. I think the only non-queer books on this TBR are my carryovers. I didn't get to it, and it didn't fit the Whateverathon prompts, so I'm putting this in for recently hold, because I recently got this from my friend on a previous TBR, because it wasn't my TBR last month, and under 300 pages. This is a poetry collection, and I don't know what to think about it, but we'll see. Then I have the Anthropocene reviewed by John Green. I also meant to read this last month. As for a reading vlog I'm doing, this is non-fiction essays on human-centered planet, and I have not read from John Green before, but I got this book from my brother, and that's why I want to read it, but I haven't gotten to it yet, and I really want to continue with that vlog, so it's in from different format, because it's a collection of essays, lesser genre, because I don't read non-fiction a lot. Well, I have been reading it a lot more, but that's not it's not my main genres, which are contemporary and fantasy, and that's what it's in for. And then I have Nové. I'm going to reread season 1 of Nové, because it did fit the prompts very well. I read it on Webtoon, and it's a queer story, so I really wanted to catch up on that again. I have now finished season 2 of it as well, so a reread of book 1 is never wrong. I'm reading it for color on the cover, because I actually got like a very darkish blue, which fit the theme of the cover, and a last letter, first letter with confetti regen actually, because the N at the end of confetti regen and an N on the beginning of Nové just did fit very perfectly, and that's it for me, for that book. Then I have Heartstopper Volume 2. I reread Heartstopper Volume 1 last month. I wasn't planning on rereading it this month, but it was the only option for me to include something easy for the host Faith prompts and continue a series. Actually, didn't tell you what Nové is about. Nové is fantasy, male romance story about a necromancer, and it is historical as well. It's like set in the 15th or 16th century. Don't quote me on it. In France, if I'm right. There's something with France. Yeah, Monsieur Huygens is one of the characters. It's definitely France. But I really like that, and you can read it for free on Webtoon. I'll link it down below. And for Heartstopper, you can also read on Webtoon for free. I'll link that also down below. Host favorite because it was, I think, Gavin put it on his favorites list. Don't quote me on that. And to continue a series, even though it's a reread for me, I'll still continue a series because it's a sequel. And Heartstopper is my favorite Netflix series as well. I'm currently rewatching it, and Heartstopper focuses on these boys, Nick and Charlie, who fall in love at school, and it also follows on some other great side characters that are also very queer, and I just love it, and the art style is very cute. Yeah, I really love these books, and I highly recommend them. Then we have De Geschiedenis van Mijn Seksualiteit by Toby Lakmaker. This book is also translated in German, but not in English yet. I also have this one signed, because I went to a signing in my library. And this book features a story about a lesbian, and learning, figuring that out. But in the end, the writer first came out as lesbian and later came out as transgender. He is a man, so he went like from female to male. That's right. But this was still written under his dead name, so but he, of course, he's now with like his actual name on the cover with as Toby. But I'm still very interested to read this. This is also a literary Dutch fiction book on as well queer topics. I heard that there's a lot of sex and swearing and stuff in it. My mother read it and didn't really like it, so I'm interested, but the author was really nice, so I really hope I like it. Then, The Ship of Shadows by Maria Kuzniar. This is a reread, and I'm really excited for it. This book features gay pirates, and it's a middle grade. That's why I put it on it, middle grade, an adventure request. And I really enjoyed reading it last year. It is super sweet, and I really want to continue with the series as well. It is about Alicia, who escapes her town life to sail on a ship, on a little bit of magical ship, with the broadcast of women who are pirates, and I really like this. It's super cute, and it's been wrecked a bit because I think I read it over summer last year and I took it with me a lot, but I'm super excited to reread this one as well. And then my other reread is Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon Maguire. I'm rereading this. I read this. I think I'm rereading this for a video as well, because I vlogged my first experience I think 2 years ago, and recently I did the video with like how Heartstopper has changed for me in years, and I really want to do that in this one as well because I never posted that vlog. So I think it will be super fun to reread this one. Especially since it's also the first book I ever read with a sexual representation, and as an ace person that's very important for me, and it very well fits the portal fantasy and the favorite genre. prompts because it's a portal fantasy with a door, and my favorite genre is fantasy. It's very dark and gritty. It's adult fantasy, and we follow Nancy? I don't know. Nancy. I remembered. Who arrives at Eleanor's West Home for Wayward Children. It's the first book in the Wayward Children series where you follow these children that come back from a fantasy world that they liked, but don't have access to anymore. So like they went through some sort of portal through that world and now came back and need to adjust to normal living. And shit goes down. I really like this. It was very intense. I normally don't read such dark books, but oh my god, this was great. And I'm super interested to reread it as well, just for my birthday and in general because it's a short book. And then the last one I did a poll pick. I made people choose between 4 rereads. These 4, I made them choose between Loveless, What If It's Us, Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, and Cemetery Boys. I made them choose through emojis in the Whateverathon Discord actually. I gave this one the Broken Heart, this one a box, this one a Ferris wheel because it's in the series I think. It's probably in this one as well, but I don't remember. And this one got the Grave, and this one won, Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas, which I have read 2 times already now, which will be my 3rd reread, which is weird. I normally am not the biggest rereader, but this month is rereading month. And the first time I read this in a month, in a day, actually, it was, I think, October. I pre-ordered this one. I still need to put my signed book plate in it, because this is the only book I think I pre-ordered ever. But I was so excited for it, and I loved it. About Yadriel and... Julien. Julien. But Yadriel is Brujo. He's a trans man and he lives in... He's Latinx and... yeah, he becomes determined to prove himself as a real Brujo. With the help of his cousin and best friend Maritza, he performs the ritual himself, and then sets out to find the ghost of his murdered cousin, Miguel, and set it free. However, the ghost he summons is actually Juan Diaz, the school's resident bad boy, and Julien is not about to go quietly into death, and he's determined to find out what happens and tie up some loose ends before he leaves. Left with no choice, Yadriel agrees to help Julien so that they can both get what they want, but the longer Yadriel spends with Julien, the less he wants to let him leave. Wow. I have read this book 2 times and I cannot summarize it. Great for me! But I really want to reread this, and I think this might actually feature some great foods, because I'm rereading them to write down the food that's featured, and I'm actually also kind of scared because I don't think I can make any of these great foods, but we're going to try, and probably they have also things like tacos or something in it. I guess they do. And that concludes my very ambitious TBR. I set my TBR goal for 6 books to read at least this month, and I'm super busy as well. But for the non-reading prompts, the cozy reading time, I'll just, I think, have an evening and just chill and read. During the 84-hour readathon, which is on the 11th and 12th of June, which my birthday is on 12th of June, and I'm away that weekend, but I can probably squeeze in a little bit of reading on the weekend. It will be fine. The guilt-free activity will probably be watching some series. I'm currently on my rewatch of Heartstopper. I'm currently watching Young Royals. I have a way with words. And I really want to rewatch Love Victor to continue with it, but my guilt-free activity will probably be watching that, which I'm also writing down the food for, which is interesting. then join sprints, which I already did yesterday, so look at me go! And complete a personal goal. My personal goals for the first week will be updating my Goodreads every day, with adding 2 books and adding 1 book to my spreadsheet, because I'm super behind on putting everything into my Goodreads. For the second week, it will probably be reading articles. I'm already doing that, but I try to work through my old magazines. So I have like a Rock Sounds magazine here. And yesterday I read this old magazine on gender and language, and so much stuff like that. I'm trying to educate myself more and actually read the things that I pay for. And so I'm super interested to continue with that and to focus really with my second week of that. I think my third week I wanted to focus on getting my exercise and my walks in, as well as throughout the whole month. For the fourth week I will do that throughout the whole month. I want to listen to podcasts every time I'm in the train. Every day I'm in the train I want to listen to at least 1 podcast, which can be very widely just an interview with the Heartstopper cast, which I've been listening to a lot, or I have a podcast that I still want to listen from Adam Matt from my favorite band, who did things on environment. And super widely I have also some story podcasts, like The Two Princes, which I really want to continue, which is also a queer story. I should listen to that. So a very wide variety of things, and very ambitious. I want to post a video each week in June, which is why I'm filming this now and hoping I can edit it soon. So with this whole list, I'm going to have a very busy month. As my overly ambitious TBR plus Nové on top of this. I have no clue if I'm going to finish it, but we can at least try. So that was it for this video. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below. All my links are down, my socials are down below. Also a link to my Amazon wishlist if you want to give me anything for my birthday, but of course you don't have to. And until next time, see you later!